JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, man turns himself in after allegedly killing cabbie accused of sexually molesting teen daughter. A 35-year-old taxi operator turned himself into the police on Monday after allegedly fatally chopping another cabbie who is accused of sexually molesting his 13-year-old daughter. According to the police, last Wednesday, the taxi operator's daughter told him that she had been sexually molested by a 34-year-old cab driver who applies the Freehill to Oracabessa route. It is believed that the father, who applies the Ocherias to Oracabessa route, was on his way to report the incident at the Oracabessa police station when he saw the younger man in the Jacks River area. The accused reportedly sped away in his taxi and the father pursued. According to the police, a tire blew on the accused's car and reportedly crashed into the father's vehicle. As the accused cab driver reportedly attempted to flee, the father allegedly chopped him in the back of his head. The police were called and the wounded man was taken to the Port Murray Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The father turned himself into the police on Monday. Up to Tuesday morning, he had not yet been charged. Investigations are ongoing as early reports suggest that a mob of people were involved in the killing. 4 wounded in Rosetown, Kingston shooting. 4 people, including a woman, are nursing gunshot wounds following a shooting along Harris Street in Rosetown, Kingston on Monday evening. 7 9mm and 5 5.56 spent casings were recovered at the scene. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, head of the Kingston Western Police Division, said the incident occurred about 8:40 p.m. They were actually playing bingo when they were attacked by a group of gunmen traveling in a white motor car. The men, who were armed with high-powered weapons, actually opened gunfire, hitting 4 people who were being treated. The police have not yet established the motive for the shooting. We are looking at a possible theory that it may be gang-related and may have some connection to the disappearance of at least 2 top-ranking members of a criminal gang operating in the Lower Maxfield Avenue of the St. Andrew South Division, SSP Phillips revealed. Taxi operator shot dead in Westmoreland. A taxi operator was shot dead in Burnt Savannah, Westmoreland, on Monday night. The deceased has been identified as 47-year-old Aldane Watson of Darling Street, Savlamar in the parish. Reports from the Savlamar police are that about 9:40 p.m., citizens reportedly heard loud explosions and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, Watson was sitting in his Toyota motor car, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was removed from the vehicle and transported to the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. Woman dies from burns following Gregory Park firebombing. A woman who received burns during the firebombing attack along Workers' Avenue in Gregory Park, St. Catherine, has died. She is Naomi Gokal. Gokal received several burns when her home along with 11 others were set ablaze in an early morning attack on the community. Resident Cassandra Francis says Miss Gokal's death is a major blow to the community. It's a lady who grew me. Me grew amongst her from me a pitney. It's a lady who taking anybody in her house. It's a good lady. Me feel it from my heart, she bemoaned. More than 40 residents of Walker's Avenue were left homeless after gunmen torched homes early Saturday, August 12. A taxi driver was killed in the attack. Principals trying to cope with teacher shortage, says Harrison. Immediate past president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, Lawsonia Harrison, says school administrators are doing their best to minimize disruptions to the public school system when the new term begins in September due to a shortage of teachers in some subject areas. They have to redo the timetable because if they can't find the requisite trained individual, they may just have to take the decision that certain subject area they're not able to offer for a particular period, she said. I know principals are working overtime as though it is they're going to treat with and deploy the staff that they do have at their disposal to the best of their ability to ensure that we have some semblance of order to welcome back our students to the classroom on September 4th, Harrison added. She was speaking with journalists on Monday during day 1 of the JTA's 3-day 59th annual conference in Negril. The board of a rural school recently placed newspaper ads for 18 teachers in specific subject areas, with the core subject areas of mathematics and English topping the list. However, Harrison said all is being done to ensure stability in September. Teacher migration has been touted as the cause of the problem, But Minister of Education Favour Williams told a post-cabinet press briefing on August 16 that there has been a 73% decline in the number of teachers who have resigned. In a recent radio interview, she also dismissed the narrative which suggests that the education sector is on the brink of a teacher migration crisis. Police received 50 new breathalyzer kits. The Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch of the Jamaica Constabulary Force has received 50 new breathalyzer kits to assist in identifying breaches of the new Road Traffic Act. The breathalyzer kits were handed over on Monday by the D&G Foundation. Dan Ashton Smith, director of the D&G Foundation, said her organization is committed to promoting safe alcohol consumption, explaining that partnering with the JCF is one step in exercising its corporate social responsibility. Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, commanding officer in charge of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, said the kits will further increase the branch's capacity to target drivers who operate vehicles while intoxicated. The kits, valued at approximately $3.5 million, will enable easy, fast and reliable breath alcohol detection and improve the capacity of the JCF to address road safety. The breath alcohol concentration should not exceed the legal limit or 35 micrograms per 100 milliliter of breath.
Corporate Affairs for Red Stripe, but here in the capacity of Director of the Denno and Geddes Foundation. So we've donated 50 breathalyzers, and we made this announcement last year, but we're just able now to hand them actually over to the police force, and we're very pleased with that donation. It's an important part of what we do as part of Red Stripe, the foundation. It is around driving responsible consumption, making sure that we're partnering with all the right people to ensure that we have a safe Jamaica. We know we have a unique product called alcohol, and so we want to ensure that when people consume, they consume responsibly. But we also want to protect on the roads, and so we know the police force is in dire need of these resources, and we thought what better way for us to partner, as we believe for us to really reduce the misuse of alcohol, it takes a whole of society approach. Public-private partnerships such as this Denno and Geddes Foundation in partnership with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to provide these breathalyzers that will now go a far way in preventing a lot of the accidents that we see on the road.
BOJ warns against big pay increase for workers amid inflation worries. The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, is cautioning business against excessive pay increases for employees as the country continues to grapple with inflation concerns. Speaking earlier on Monday at a quarterly monetary policy briefing, BOJ Governor Richard Biles says sharp increases in salaries without an attendant increase in productivity will hurt the economy. As Jamaicans celebrate a historic low unemployment rate of 4.5% as registered in April this year, the Bank of Jamaica is sounding the alarm about the growth in wages. The growing labor shortage in key areas in the economy could prompt significant increases in salaries. The logic is that employers will pay more to retain existing staff and pay more to attract staff to fill key vacancies. This, on the surface, seems like a good thing for workers, but the BOJ governor says this could cause a rise in inflation.
If we do get large wage increases and those translate into increased prices, then we are going to have a new cost push effect on inflation. If those wage increases are A, not that substantial, or B, accompanied by increased productivity, then the impact on price increases should be nominal and not so much of a threat. So that is a challenge, that the wage increases be accompanied by productivity or not be significantly increased.
Jamaica's point-to-point inflation rate, which is the greatest indicator of the cost of goods in the country, stands at 6.6%. This is slightly above the 4 to 6% target range set by the BOJ. Governor Biles is cautioning business leaders to keep their pay increases modest. He says the smart thing to do is to keep wage increases in line with inflation projection.
Well, I think the government has done its major wage and salary adjustment, and that has passed through the system. I don't know of any other major adjustment to come in the public sector, But the private sector are constantly doing wage adjustments, and those are the ones that we have some concern about, that they are not too substantial or that they are accompanied by productivity increases.
In sports news, great going for Jamaica on day 4 in Budapest. Jamaica's Rochelle Clayton, Antoinette Knight, and Johnny Russell's impressive performances in the 400-meter hurdle semi-final have earned them places in Thursday's final of the event at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. Rochelle Clayton, who won bronze at the 2019 World Championships in Doha, Qatar, ran a perfectly measured race to win semi-final 1 in a PB of 53.30 seconds. America's Anna Cockrell finished second in 53.63, also a PB. Antoinette Knight had a tough challenge ahead, lining up against the likes of gold medal favourite Femke Bol of the Netherlands and former world record holder Dalia Mohammed of the US. Knight finished second in 53.72 seconds, while Bol won in an easy 52.95. Double Commonwealth champion Johnny Russell advanced as a non-automatic qualifier after finishing third in semi-final 3 in 53.69. Meanwhile, Antonio Watson's positioned himself as a medal contender after clocking a massive PB of 44.13 seconds, advancing as the fastest qualifier to the final of the 400 meters. Debutant Watson, who is a 2017 World Junior Champion, crossed the line ahead of Vernon Norwood of the US, who also ran a personal best of 44.26. Surprisingly, world record holder Wade van Niekerk of South Africa was no match of the top two finishers and had to settle for third in 44.65. However, he advanced as a non-automatic qualifier. National champion Sean Bailey also secured a spot in the final after finishing second in 44.94 seconds. Quincy Hall of the US won in a time of 44.43. The fastest man in the world this year, Stephen Gardner of the Bahamas, suffered an apparent injury and was unable to finish. Zandrian Barnes placed sixth in semi-final 2 in 45.38 seconds and did not advance to the finals on Thursday. All three Jamaican women have advanced to the next round of the women's 100-meter hurdles. Olympic bronze medalist Megan Tapper went to battle with world record holder Toby Amerson of Nigeria in Heat 5 and finished second in a time of 12.51. In Heat 1, NCAA Outdoors champion Akira Nugent held off her collegiate rival Masai Russell of the US to claim the top spot. However, both athletes registered a time of 12.60 seconds. Former world champion Daniel Williams clattered the 10th hurdle, but managed to secure third place, qualifying in a season's best time of 12.51 in Heat 3. The semi-final of the women's 100-meter hurdles will take place on Wednesday at 1:40 p.m. Jamaica time. National record holder Navaska Anderson did not make it to the semi-final of the men's 800 meters after finishing fifth in Heat 2 in a time of 1 minute 45.81 seconds. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.